Sup, Joel? I'm doing a random surprise stream as promised. I'm just getting ready to put it on Twitter. Sup, Debo Bop? Doing a surprise stream. Carlos, what's up? Not much, man. I'm testing out. I figured I'd do a surprise stream testing out the Verizon line access that you gave me at. I'm currently in a parking lot outside the Pittsburgh International Airport because it's one of the locations where millimeter wave is. And there's also some N41 access here for T-Mobile. And I just figured this would be a good spot to test. And then I figure I'll just drive around, just doing speed tests along the way, possibly answering some questions. And just figured I'd do something like a little spontaneous. It's like 9:40 here, which I know is like really late for most, but just figured I'd do something a little bit spontaneous. I'm just putting out a quick tweet to let people know that I'm going to be doing this, so forgive me, and I will also apologize if my hand's a little bit shaky. I only have like one car holder. Like I guess I could try to put the phone there. There we go. That kind of works. Need to hop on and watch. It's spontaneous. Alright, so I just tweeted it, which is great. Alright, so got my iPhone 12 Pro that I'm using for speed test purposes, as well as my Galaxy S20. I hope the audio sounds good. I really do. I should probably turn off the vent. It probably sounds better. But basically, let me show you what we got going on for T-Mobile at this site. Here, we are connecting to band 2, 15 megahertz, NR41, 60 megahertz, and that looks to be about it for this site. I'll try to get it up to the camera here. Maybe if I turn off the light, you'll see it a little bit better. I don't know how well you guys can see, but we're going to go ahead and run a quick speed test here for T-Mobile. I will say the speeds were pretty darn good for this specific segment of the airport. It's really hard to see with this front camera, huh? Should have thought this out a little bit more. Basically, we're getting about 340, 360 down with an upload of around 30 megabits per second. Latency is like 19. Man, it's really hard to see with that camera, huh? Well, I should have probably thought that through a little bit more. But for Verizon, using the Los Mobile line that was provided. Oh, Hamza, I was getting 500 down earlier with T-Mobile 5G UC. See, that's actually really impressive. One thing I've noticed is that despite me confirming there's N41 here, my iPhone 12 Pro doesn't like to connect to N41. It likes to get like stuck on band 71 standalone. I'm going to do a quick speed test here with Verizon. We're connected right now with Verizon's NSA 5G, so I'm not on the millimeter wave site. I'm not actually like close enough. I'm not sure where it is yet. There's a lot of cops at airports, which makes it weird to drive around, so I kind of like parked myself here just to kind of like find a location because I got kind of freaked out when the cop car started like following me around. But this is just a normal like speed testing with Doug. When I stayed close to the Philadelphia airport, I was getting 500 plus. Yeah, I don't know, man. T-Mobile is just like not optimized very well on my market, and I'm gonna show that. Like, you're gonna see as we drive around tonight. I'm gonna visit like known locations where I know like 5G is deployed. In fact, I have one cell site in mind there where they have N41 100 megahertz, and you're gonna notice the peak speeds are not remotely close to what they really should be. But this Verizon 5G test just finished up. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I got 67.4 down, 20.4 up, with a latency of 34 milliseconds. That's very respectable from Verizon, considering that's their NSA and not their millimeter wave, I'd say. I'm just switching it over right now to the AT&T access, which, as you guys know, when I talk on the show, AT&T tends to be the best performer of the bunch. I'm just making sure to turn on 5G because I had it forced to LTE at the moment. Let me just flip that on to 5G, which we are connecting to right now. Give this a good old speed test here. Speed test. You live in West Virginia and travel to Pittsburgh, and I always better service on AT&T over the other two. That is a very true statement. I don't know what it is, but AT&T performs probably the best, I'd say, in general with my market. Speaking of which, AT&T pulled 114 down here. I don't know how well you can make that out. They're getting about 20-ish on the upload with the lowest ping time of the bunch at a nice 27. So that's what we're looking at in this parking lot. I'm going to see if I can't try to figure out where this millimeter wave site is for Verizon by looking at their coverage map. I know there's one. I just don't know how to actually like get to it per se. See if I can't find it by looking at their coverage map. Also, feel free to ask me questions. Mention some iOS bug or something for connecting to 5G. Yeah, let me just, for the sake of doing it, let me just turn off the Verizon line real fast here too that I have on the phone because I can only have 2 lines at a time. I'm gonna pop on a T-Mobile eSIM line that I have from one of the Magenta Max plans. I'm just gonna flip it over. And we'll see if we can connect to the N41. A day in the life. A day in my life. Debo Bop, a day in my life is pretty boring. I generally just work at home. And after I get off work, I do schoolwork. And then I watch like anime and fall asleep. Although I will say, yesterday I went out with a buddy of mine to celebrate a belated like birthday celebration, so we couldn't hang out like around my birthday. He took me out to this like taco place. It was pretty lit, pretty awesome. And hey, I was able to get the 5G UCW icon to show up. Let me turn on the brightness here so you guys can maybe see that better. I was finally able to get it to connect. Had to flip it into airplane mode, but we are connected to 5G UW on the iPhone here. Just for the sake of doing it now that I'm here, I'll run another speed test just to see if the iPhone performs any better than the Galaxy S20. I don't think it will. They're the same, chipset for the modem and stuff, but, wow, I can't believe we actually got 11 people in here just to watch me sit and watch me stream. Messages are visible. There we go. We got all the messages visible. It's not entertaining with my fingers in the way either. I should really get a phone or something that's just dedicated. Oh, Carlos, I just saw the message. How's the Verizon access? The Verizon access is really consistent is the word I would use for it. It's really consistent. Like, there's not a spot where Verizon doesn't have coverage in my market. Now there's not but there's spots where like it's not necessarily the fastest, but it's always like something semi-usable for the most part. It's not like T-Mobile where it's like hit or miss, where like some sites it's like crazy fast and other ones are just like a megabit if you're lucky. And it's not as good as like AT&T per se, where like AT&T's consistently got like lots of bandwidth to use, but it's consistently usable. Dennis, would you rather have 8x8 MIMO or the ability to aggregate multiple low band frequencies, use band 12 and 71? I'm not sure. Because I guess carrier aggregation of low bands, since T-Mobile has like lots of really skinny channels, and it'd be nice to be able to like aggregate those to get more capacity. I think that'd be more helpful for T-Mobile's use case. In the case of networks like Verizon or AT&T, where they have like large contingent blocks of low band, I'd probably prefer the 8x8 MIMO. I would say that's my thought process on that. But I'd love to see comments if anybody else has any ideas. Also, I just want to say again, I apologize. The quality on this is really weird. I'm using my iPhone 11 to do the recording that free up these phones. Maybe that wasn't the most well thought out thing. Maybe I should have did the S20 to like do it with, but I don't know. This is just a trial run. Maybe if it's something that turns into something more normal, I'll figure something out that makes more sense. Like, say, I don't know, getting a laptop and plopping a webcam and sticking it up here and then hotspotting using Carlos's unlimited hotspot to go around or something. I'm not sure. But Verizon coverage map. Trying to get a better idea of where the millimeter wave is. Oh, I just saw your comment, Dave. Hold on. I'll get you up here. Hi, Dennis. My name's Dave. I was wondering what your thoughts are about the LG Wing. My thoughts, Dave, is since LG is not making phones anymore, I would stay away from all LG smartphones, basically. I wouldn't recommend. I thought the Wing was like a cool concept phone, but if you were looking for something that's more in that edge case, I would go with like Samsung's foldable phones. Good. Verizon Ultra Wideband is good for app and Netflix use, and most other applications are throttled. Yeah, on the topic of throttling, I wanted to test being connected to Ultra Wideband because I noticed that like my Netflix was being throttled by Verizon. But we'll see. Hamza 13 Pro Max battery life was the life. Yeah, I just watched a comparison test on battery life for the 13 Pro, and I was solidly impressed. I think it was Mr. Who's the Boss did it, and I was very, very thoroughly impressed. Having a real hard time figuring out where this millimeter wave site is. Verizon's coverage map doesn't actually show it on a block basis. It's just a little icon, and I didn't really see any small cells when I was driving around. I never really picked it up. One, Visible Wireless is the best. Visible Wireless is a very affordable option. It's hard to say that, like, if you're in that price range, it's hard to pick something that's not better from a plan standpoint. But I have my reservations. Honestly, right now I'm testing out Lotus Mobile's Verizon access, and I've been the most impressed by this. Like, the priority makes a big difference in my market, having the higher priority. So it might be inside the airport here in Vegas. That's where it's at. Oh, I actually have to literally go in the airport, like inside the airport. Huh. That would be interesting. I feel like that would be a bad idea. Something about all the cops being in front scares me. I don't know why I'm scared of cops, but they creep me out. Well, if it's actually inside the airport, I'll probably just drive around, and maybe I'll go down to like next to where the PNC Park is, because I know there's another 5G site down there, and along the way I can just run speed tests and stuff. Let me just put the Verizon line back on, because I would rather have that line on than this T-Mobile one on this phone. Just not. No point having that T-Mobile line on. It's redundant. Boop. Okay. We are gonna start driving here. Let's get this phone. I actually have the LG Ring and absolutely love it because it's multifunction feature. I was asking because I know there are very few people talking about the LG Ring on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool phone. I mean, they did some interesting stuff on it. I could never see myself personally like using it. Hey, we got a dentist episode. Yeah, you guys finally got a dentist episode. The quality is definitely not as good as if I was on my desktop at home or something. I really hope the audio is coming in. Honestly, I should probably just click on a video and see how I sound. The audio is coming in. Honestly, I should probably forgot I had Bluetooth on. That was a mistake. Whoops-a-daisy. Let me turn off Bluetooth. Just click on a video and see how. Okay, I'm coming in okay. That's good. I also just realized this makes it a lot easier to read your comments if I have it on a second phone. Video is dark though, to be expected. Yeah, it's nighttime right now. I'm gonna pop on Google Maps here and try to get out of this airport parking lot, which and start driving somewhere that I have a place in mind that I know has good N41 performance, like 100 megahertz from T-Mobile, and I know it's a good cell site, one that I actually know is good. Ironically enough, It's on top of a corporate building, so I'm gonna be pulling up into a corporate parking lot. Hopefully it's not a big deal if I go there, but that's where the cell site's on top of. So all right, let's get that going here.
Head south toward Airport Boulevard.
We'll put it like that. I need to think this better. Let's do this. Let's do this and then put the phone. Will it change orientation? No, orientation is blocked. Wait, what? Yeah, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Okay, that's unfortunate. Can I? Okay, I can do this. This will solve my problem. There. All right, that solves that problem. That's good. Okay, we got that in a stationary position, which is good. Let's start driving. Forgive me if I don't look at the comments as well as I should be when I'm driving, but this is going to be a semi-short trip. Where we're going is not too crazy far. Sorry. I was just reading the thing as far as paying. So I want to make sure I pay this thing first. Oh, exit's that way. You get to see Dennis drive. Dennis has never been the most confident driver, but he tries to be very careful. And we will figure out what we got to do. So we got to go this way. I'm glad I'm not the only one that drives poorly. I'm watching someone kind of freak out.
In a quarter mile, merge onto Airport Boulevard.
Alright, we getting out of here, I believe. Yeah, we're going the right way. Okay. Yeah, we're going with credit card. Okay. I have a feeling I'm not being as entertaining as I was if I was like 100% focused, and I apologize. Just paying this ticket real quick. It was a parking ticket, so it's not like a bad thing, but okay, I inserted the ticket and it's whatever. Let's get out of here. We are getting out of here. Also, if you want to comment, I can kind of see out the corner of my eye. I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but airports, they're not that exciting, I know. Basically, we're going to like a corporate section that's like near my house / right next to where my apartment complex is.
In a quarter mile, keep left at the fork. Follow signs for I-376 East. I-79.
They have N41 there, like 100 megahertz. Let me get in this other lane. Oh my goodness. Okay. I missed that comment. What network am I using for the phone on live right now? T-Mobile, because that's the one I have multiple lines on, and so I went with the T-Mobile network just because that's what I had the spare phone on.
For half a mile.
Honestly, probably not the best move. Have a very high suspicion that we probably have some buffering that ends up happening whenever I'm moving, because I'm using the older iPhone 11, but that was the free phone that I had. I wanted to grab and take out my AT&T SIM from my iPhone and pop it in the Galaxy S9 Plus, but it was dead. Like I said, this was sort of the most spontaneous stream that happens, which I don't know if you've ever had like a struck of like motivation, but that's kind of just what happened. Like I was just kind of like, decided to just start streaming. And here we are. Okay.
Continue on I-376 east for 5 miles.
Okay, we're back out of the airport, which is great. Oh boy. Okay, as far as I can tell, 5G now works in low power mode on iOS. That is a huge improvement. That's a good thing. Yeah, I don't need this. I can see without. I know where I'm going without it. Okay. Do I think the mountains around Pittsburgh could affect signal and network data speeds and weather as well on top of that? Well, yeah, I mean, I know the mountains or the terrain for Pittsburgh or any place for that matter is going to affect cellular performance. Same thing with weather to a smaller degree. Typically in a negative aspect in the case of Pittsburgh. I mean, having the topography that we do makes it more challenging to have that, reliable coverage versus covering a flat piece of land. Yeah, Dan, you are stuttering a little bit. I'm so sorry, Debo Bob. What I could probably do is turn on the hotspot, and just connect the phone to hotspot, or if worse comes to worse, I just start streaming off the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, we're almost to where we need to be at. All the homies hate the Intel modems. Yeah, it probably wasn't my smartest decision. I don't know what I was really thinking, but we're not that far from where I want to be at, and once I get stationary again, I can assure you it's going to be a lot better. We back. We're okay. We're back. I don't know if you heard me last, but I was saying I give Sneed mad props for his multitasking. No, we're still here. Can you not see me yet? There you go. Yeah. I know. I got you, boys. Maybe you should use Los Mobile to stream low. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that the iPhone 12 Pro Max is the thing that has Los Mobile lines on it, which means that when I'm switching through stuff to test, I can't really be actively streaming on it. I mean, I can't actively be running speed tests on it because that kind of makes it unfair, So we're almost where we need to be at. I promise. I'm literally like a mile away, so we're almost there. And then we hunky dory. Focus on the road and then worry about the stream setup. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun if I just died on a highway. I have the car in cruise control though, which makes it a little bit easier. I was just saying I give Sneed props for being able to multitask as much as he does. I don't typically do this. Usually I jam out.
Take exit 58 from onto a run road.
Okay. Alright, we got our exit here, boyos. Okay.
Right onto Cliff Mine Road.
Okay. Almost there.
Continue on Cliff Mine Road for half a mile.
I'm just passing by some hotels, like the Marriott, and like something called the Comfort Suite. But we're really, really close to where I want to kind of like park at, because there is a really nice T-Mobile site, like really, really close to me. It's right next to this hotel.
Make a U-turn, then turn left onto Cliff Mine Road.
find a good place to park here.
Continue on Summit Park Drive for half a mile.
Alright, this is a very well-lit parking lot. We are stealing this parking lot for ourselves because it's nice and well-lit, which should be good. We're gonna make a nice lefty left here. There we go. A nice open parking lot. Perfect. Alright. We're stationary. That's good. Hopefully the stream is doing okay. I mean, we are in a pretty solid spot for T-Mobile access. I mean, we are like, I don't know, less than 300 feet away from a N41 site. Don't remember if the 11 had 5G. The 11 does not have 5G. We're using LTE on that phone, which I thought for the intents and purposes of what I was trying to accomplish would be fine. Clearly, that was not the best idea, but I wanted to keep this phone on reserved here because this is the 5G phone. So, all right. So for this site, we're connected to band 2, 10 megahertz, NR41, 100 megahertz, and that looks to be what we're connecting to right now for this speed test on the Galaxy S20, which I'm going to try to... Man, I wish you could somehow share screens with another phone or something. That would be really useful. But, all right. Let's run a quick... How the hell are you getting that day? Wait. How the hell am I getting that day on the cell... Data on the cell site? Oh, so the Galaxy S20 has a service mode. It's star... Wait. Star pound 0011 pound gets you into it, and then you can see all the information. It's a really great thing. That's why I love the Samsung phone on T-Mobile. Really useful. But yeah, that's how I'm getting that info. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and run a quick speed test here on T-Mobile's 5G, and then I will do a speed test with Verizon and... Oh, nice. Sits in corner with the iPhone. Yeah, well, we're actually going to run a Verizon test as well as an AT&T test as well. We actually have 5 bars with both Verizon and AT&T because there's another cell site for them close by too. But T-Mobile's taking a second here to do its test. Okay, here we go. Now remember, I'm getting a 100 megahertz wide channel for the N41 here, and we're getting some pretty impressive speeds. It's like 10 o'clock, so I would say this is like relatively off-peak hours for what it is. Alright, so they clearly did some improvements to this cell site because I was able to pull 644 down, 36.1 up. So they improved the backhaul on this site. Because last time, which would have been maybe 2 months ago, when I ran a speed test here, we weren't getting anywhere close to that. We were capping out like 400. So they definitely improved that cell site, which is great to see. Good job, T-Mobile. Proud of you. Let's do a test with Verizon now. Or I lied, I guess AT&T now. We're going to do AT&T next. I lied because I forgot to switch back over to the Verizon for data. So we're doing an AT&T 5G test right now. I guess I should do LTE testing as well when I'm done with this, just for the sake of doing that. I know a lot of you guys don't have 5G phones. But AT&T, at least for this parking lot, is pulling 105 down over 5G and about 36 up, which, you know, that's still pretty darn rock solid, I would say, all things considered. I'm going to flip off 5G for a second and force it on LTE just to see if for AT&T that's any better. And I'll do the same thing with T-Mobile there in a second. I just want to see if LTE ends up being better, just because it'll tend to sometimes be better. We'll see. I can't believe there are 16 of y'all just coming out to watch me tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. Do I choose the server or do I let it auto? I typically let it auto because I find that, like, with AT&T, when I run a speed test with AT&T, it likes to go to like the server out in Akron, Ohio, which is like AT&T. T-Mobile, same thing, and then Verizon, same thing. So I just let it ride because I feel like if that's the best server, then that's the best server. Side note, when I ran the speed test with LTE, I actually got slightly faster speeds on the download than I did with 5G at like 120, but the upload was a little bit slower, which is pretty normal for my experience. Flipping it over to Verizon right now, and we have some great NSA 5G connectivity here with Verizon as well. I might need to close out speed test though for this to work. So let me just refresh speed test here. Boop. It would be really ironic if Stetson just plopped in, because I didn't even let Stetson know I was doing this technically. Also, on a side note, Verizon performing very, very strong on this location. We're getting over 180 down from Verizon here at this parking lot location with 40 up. All right, so we got 183 down and 40 up over Verizon's 5G at this specific spot. So, ranked in order from speed, T-Mobile is clearly the fastest right now at this location because we're connected in 4100 megahertz and actually has proper backhaul. Ironically enough, followed up by Verizon for this spot at 183 down and 40 up, and then AT&T was getting like 120 down and like similar upload, which is pretty surprising. Typically speaking, AT&T is faster than Verizon, but clearly there's been some improvements made here. I'm going to flip it over now to LTE to see what the LTE performance looks like with Verizon. So just flipping that over right now. Did I miss any important comments, by the way? Oh, X Gamer Johnny, if you're still here, I have all of the carriers. Well, I personally pay for T-Mobile, Magenta Max, and then I have AT&T Elite. And then Carlos, who is a god, hooked me up with a Los Mobile line on AT&T, which has like ungodly priority. And then also he's letting me test out a Verizon Los line, which is great. Which I've really been enjoying the Verizon access because I've been pleasantly surprised by the fact that there's always some form of bar on my phone. That's pretty impressive stuff. It's not, like I said, it's not always the fastest, but it's very consistent and very like reliable. And there's a lot of spots where Verizon doesn't have their 5G deployed despite what it shows like on the Pittsburgh coverage map, but that might just be my phone not wanting to connect, or maybe they're doing some upgrades or something in the area. But we're gonna go ahead and force this over to LT now. Let's do another test here. Verizon's LT tends to perform very well. In fact, it's honestly astonishing. Like the ping, 18 milliseconds over LT, that's unheard of. And ironically enough, the LTE is about the same speed as what I was getting on the 5G. It actually peaked a little higher. But we're getting 173 down is where it ended at, and like 35 up, and that's over LTE, Verizon's LTE, which is, again, really, really good performance, especially considering it's LTE. All right. It would be funny to test 3G speeds. I don't know how to force 3G connectivity on an iPhone, but I can force 3G connectivity on my Galaxy S20 with T-Mobile if there's any 3G still up and running. Here, let me do that for you. Just for the giggles, you know what I mean? We'll go in here. Well, Verizon on fits on multiple areas that should if I do that, but we're only LTE. I'm on Mint now compared to Visible. Wait. I hate how the I need to figure out a way to keep the chat bubbles up on this, but I'm on Mint now compared to Visible. It's night and day. Dennis, you know what sucks? Imagine getting 10 megabits per second on iPhone SE, but 71 megabits per second on A71. Why would there be a drastic difference in speeds? Has to do with probably the modem inside and like how the radios are configured, as well as how the software is prioritizing the connection. iPhones, up until very recently, always performed a lot worse off than their Android counterparts, especially if you were on like the edges of a cell site. So like the iPhone might not be connecting to, say, like the mid-band frequency, maybe it's band 2 or what have you. And instead it's just logging onto that low band to kind of maybe preserve battery life, for example, whereas the Android phone is somehow managing to just squeak by in those edge use cases. And Intel modem does perform worse than its Qualcomm counterpart. But okay, so we were gonna test out, someone asked me to test out 3G. Let's just see if there's even 3G available. So let me go ahead and band select here. Okay, network mode, band selection. Let's see. All right, so we're doing this on T-Mobile because, like I said, I don't know how to force it on an iPhone. Let's see if there's even any 3G even available to connect to. So well, there's Edge. Oh, there we go. There's 4G. Okay. Well, 4G, but 3G, T-Mobile's version. Let's go ahead and run a speed test because someone asked me. Let's see what that looks like. Here's a 3G speed test on T-Mobile. Ping is 63 milliseconds. Download is 3 megabits per second. And T-Mobile stopped letting you force 2G and 3G jump now. It's just LTE and 5G. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about an S20 though, right? Like you can literally just turn off the bands as needed. So 3G ended with 4.4, and then for the upload, we're getting around 3.5. That's what we're looking at from T-Mobile's 3G. How well can you see the little tiny HSP icon? That's usable for music, lol? Yeah, look, that's pretty good considering it's, 3G. But let's not force that. Let's turn that back off. Let the phone actually reconnect to 5G. And if yes, with who? Yes, Verizon still does roaming. I know they roam off of US Cellular in certain parts, and I'm trying to think who else they roam with. Let's throw this in airplane mode. Dennis, imagine Verizon ultra wideband getting 5 gigabits per second, but with a ping of 3,000 milliseconds. That would be ungodly and unusable. That would be ungodly and unusable. Okay, the S20s wanting to lock on to N71. That's hilarious. And just N71 alone. That's interesting. I wonder if AT&T roams well, especially in states like the Midwest. Yeah, I know AT&T has some level of roaming. I just don't know who they roam with. I'd imagine it's probably like similar stuff. I'm trying to think of another good spot to drive to. I also might turn on Wi-Fi or hotspot, I should say, on the 12 Pro, so that way when I'm driving to the next location, you guys have a more reliable connection. Not sure though, but man, the S20 does not want to connect again now to NR41, which is incredibly interesting. Let's just do a full Reboot. I'm just gonna restart it because airplane mode didn't help. I don't know where I am, to be honest. I am. It's bad that I gotta look at Google Maps to figure out exactly where I am. Like, I'm right next to the Robinson Mall-ish area, like in this like corporate area. Like, imagine if Visible has roaming one day. Yeah, if Visible gets roaming one day, that would be pretty dope. I love how you guys can just see the fog coming up. I just dropped the window down to like cool down. It was getting hot in here. I missed a comment. Tisk. That's bad. Verizon roams on various regional carriers such as C Spire, US Cellular, and GCI Alaska. Yeah, I think all the carriers roam up in Alaska. Outside, I think AT&T might have some native coverage in Alaska, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. On a slightly unrelated side note, though, I really wish I had a 13 Pro at the moment, because then I could have put the iPhone 12 over, and that would have been a better camera for the low light performance. I know that for a fact. Could have flipped it around and just did one of these, but oh well. All right, here we are, Google Maps. So I am right by what's called Summit Park Drive. I'm right next to, like, it's known as a Sleep Inn and Suites. It's where I'm currently, like, at. Verizon has a bit of native coverage in Alaska, but it's really only the major cities. GCI roaming is definitely necessity there. Yeah, Alaska is an interesting place. I know Hawaii, or not Hawaii, the Virgin Islands are probably an interesting place as well when it comes to coverage. I don't think Verizon has native coverage there as well. Dan says, as a tech enthusiast yourself, what do you think Apple needs to implement with their modems to compete with Qualcomm? I don't know. I think Apple's just better off just buying Qualcomm modems. T-Mobile runs on GCI 2, and interesting, a GCI uses N71 for their 5G. Oh, that is interesting. That's very interesting. Hey, Green. Yeah, man. I mean, this cell site, like I said, is performing pretty well. It's, like I said, it's got 100 megahertz N41 on it, so it was performing pretty good. Verizon doesn't have native coverage in Puerto Rico. They use Claro. Okay, yeah. When I was down in Puerto Rico, I remember AT&T performing exceptionally well, though. All right, so this phone just got done rebooting. Let's see if it wants to connect to N41N. There we go. So we're connected to band 66, 15 megahertz, and N41, 100 megahertz. Again, let's go ahead and run another speed test for Green, because I want to see how close we can get to his peak speeds, seeing as this is probably the best performing site that I'm aware of. Oh man, I got a lot of Telegram messages that just came in. All right. So we're getting like 650 down. Very respectable. Yeah, 675, 679. 679 down and 50 on the up. Oh no, it's dropping a little bit. Yeah, Green. This is the best speed test results I've seen from T-Mobile. Again, this is NR41 100 megahertz channel with band 66 carrier aggregated 15 megahertz. This is literally the peak performance I've seen from T-Mobile in my market, and that was that 679 I just saw just now. But I don't know. Let's do something with it. Oh, don't fall. Well, all right. We're going to be making some quick adjustments here. I don't know how to... Can I minimize this? Okay, minimizing, not the move. I just realized it stops the stream. Did it just end the stream? No, yeah. Okay. So I can't minimize it to connect to Wi-Fi. That's a shame. iPhone does not like the multitask. I guess we'll just have to let it ride with the T-Mobile connection. It is what it is. Because if I try to go somewhere else with it, it just like pauses the stream for you guys. But as far as other locations to test, there's not too many I can think of, like outside of actually going down to Pittsburgh, and I am very scared that the stream will end if I do that. So, because there's a lot of dead spots that I know if I take 376 down into the city. What do you guys think? Do we chance it? If it pauses, it pauses. He talks about my results. I think I saw it. Yeah, I think he saw that he shared it. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see me drive down to like PNC Park and just chance it? If it freezes, it freezes. Or should I run? Yes. Okay. Sure. Okay. All right, let's get that plopped up here then on our trusty Google Maps here.
Head southwest, then turn right.
Okay. All right, we're going deep into Pittsburgh, boyos. Here we go.
You're back online. You are on the fastest route. You should reach your destination by 10:45 p.m.
There we go. Okay.
Take the next right onto Summit Park Drive. In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Cliff Mine Road. Turn right onto Cliff Mine Road.
How was Sprint in your area before? Sprint was better in more rural communities, but not necessarily in the city. On the tail end of things, they got pretty good, but yeah, they were hit or miss. Okay. I try to fix it. It's whatever. Okay. While we're driving, I think what I'll do is maybe I'll answer just some random questions that you want to ask me. Maybe it could be a personal story or something fun. You guys can ask me something fun. Maybe it could just be something a little more chill that we talk about while we're waiting. Maybe you guys have questions. It could be something as simple as my favorite food if you really wanted it to be. Something that is fairly chill, possibly.
Continue on I-376 east for 11 miles.
Alright. You find millimeter wave. Well, that's why I'm going down the PNC Park. I wasn't able to find it at the airport, and there was a lot of police cars around, and it kind of creeped me out. So I'm going down the PNC Park because I feel like it'll be a safer space, and it's in the heart of Pittsburgh itself, which I don't actually go into the actual heart of the city. There's actually a spot that I know that performs. There's two spots actually in Pittsburgh that I know perform really poorly for T-Mobile that I would be curious to check out. One of them is Duquesne College, and the other one is CMU, Carnegie Mellon University. They're two areas where T-Mobile performs really, really poorly. Los asked earlier. Yeah, I wasn't able to find it at the airport when I was driving around. Like, I don't want to go inside the airport because, like, there's police all over the place. I have a irrational nervousness when being around police. Even though I know I'm not doing anything wrong, for whatever reason, I find police to be very intimidating. Like, if I was back home in my little rural town where it's just, like, one little cop, like, I feel good because, like, I would talk with them at the gas station or something. But, like, with, like, Allegheny cops, they, like, have a different vibe, and they kind of scare the crap out of me, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Irrational fears, right? I'm actually somewhat shy. Not shy, but, like, I get nervous sometimes in IRL versus streaming when it comes to certain kinds of people, so. But, let me see. Boop, boop. Live chats. Dennis, do I plan on moving out of the state in the next few years? I probably plan to stay in Pittsburgh for the rest of my life, with one exception. I've been actively applying for, like, new jobs, and one of the applications I threw out was with Google. And I'm in the interviewing process with them. If I did end up getting that position, which I highly doubt I would, but if some miraculous miracle happens where they actually extend an offer and I were to get the position, it would require me to relocate out to Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, ironically enough, out where Stetson is. And that would be the one time that I would consider moving, because it's freaking Google. And that would be, like, the only reason. Like, if I got, like, a pretty stellar job with a company like Google or something, or like Microsoft, if I had to move for them. But otherwise, no. I'd rather stay in Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh. It's where my family's at. It's a small city. Like, it's got all the perks of being, like, in a city, but, like, it's a smaller city, which, like, I really appreciate. And you know, I mean, I bought a house out here. You know, it makes it hard to move. Wow, a lot of comments just flooded in. Google hiring in Henderson, New Vegas, bro, at a new data center. Yeah, Google's got a lot of job offerings up. I applied for 3. One of them's a project management position of sorts. That would be out in, like, Boulder, Colorado. Let's get the live chats up here. Your car have a V8 look? I don't know what a V8 is, to be honest, but I'm driving, like, a Ford Focus, nothing too fancy. Thanks for highest uplift you can get. Thanks. What is the highest? Oh, whoops, sorry. I need to focus. Almost just veered into a car. Okay. What is your opinion about $60 T-Mobile prepaid plan versus T-Mobile postpaid plans? Honestly, if you're looking for a good plan right now, I would say Carlos has the absolute pinnacle best T-Mobile plan. Like, if you're looking for, like, a true unlimited plan, like, Carlos's lowest mobile option is probably the best. Although he has a not true unlimited plan, it's like 100 gigabytes of data that I find to be incredible value. Basically the equivalent of, like, Magenta. I think we talked about it on the podcast, and if memory serves me, I want to say it was like $50. That would probably be the option I would realistically go for. It's just such a good value. Like, it's really good value. I'd highly recommend looking up Los Mobile in your browser and looking at Carlos's plans. He has some really good stuff now that he has T-Mobile access, so that would probably be the move. Bro, New Vegas is state. Wait. Bro, New Vegas is the state to move to. Colorado too much. Sales tax and BS politics. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I like living on the East Coast. The East Coast is typically where most new tech makes its way through first, and I don't know. I like being on the East Coast. Oh, New Vegas. Wait, NV is Nevada down. Oh, sorry. Look. I am like half like paying attention to the comments coming in because they disappear so quickly, and really trying to focus on driving. I got a car that's like four-way flashing in front of me at the moment, which is stressing me out a little bit. And Pittsburgh drivers aren't necessarily known to be the best drivers in the world, so gotta really focus on what I'm doing whenever I'm on this little highway here, especially as I get closer to I'm gonna be getting to a spot that's a little sketch when it comes to being in Pittsburgh, and there's a lot of people driving out tonight, which is ironic because I was really thinking that since I'd be driving so late there would be less cars on the road, but apparently Pittsburgh's taking a page out of New York or something. This just does not sleep, apparently. Honestly, while I'm down in the city, I might grab some freaking food if there's anything open late. But make a trip out here, bro, when you have a vacation. I really wish I could figure out a way to just keep comments up. I've never used this app before. Okay. Let's do this. Let's pick the speed up, put the thing on cruise, and there we go. Okay. Make a trip out here, bro, when you have a vacation time, and I got you, and we'll live here in the weather and lifestyle. Dude, I'd love to come out to Vegas. I've been there before when I was there, that I didn't have the best time in the world because my friend kind of screwed me over when I was out there, but I would definitely like to go out there and make that a different story and change those memories. I'm sure if I came out there, Lowe's, we'd be eating good. We'd get some Gordon Ramsay cooking in our bellies, which would probably be the move for me, and I'm sure it'd be lit. Dennis, are you ready for Dish launched their 5-year using Global Champ? Yeah, I mean, I want to see Dish do something, you know. I'll be 100% honest. I'm so satisfied with the fact that I have Verizon and AT&T access that I don't know what Dish can do to really impress me. Like, AT&T's got great coverage and capacity, and then Verizon has coverage anywhere AT&T apparently doesn't, and vice versa. And I got the T-Mobile access as well. I mean, I'm pretty fleshed out as far as coverage goes, and as far as performance goes, I mean, if every cell site ends up being like that one I just tested for T-Mobile, you know, that's going to be pretty amazing. And AT&T's already doing really well right now with their LTE network as far as performance goes. Same thing with Verizon. I don't know what Dish can do, but I would love to see them get something on the ground, just so we can get a better idea of what's cooking with them. I'd also like to hear more about what they're planning to do as far as plans. That's what I'm more curious about. Because from a network standpoint, I mean, we already know they're going to be pretty good, right? Like, they're roaming on AT&T, so we know they're going to be solid for a while. I'd be more curious to know what they're going to be doing with their plans to differentiate themselves. I think that's what I'm more curious about, more than anything. Hard to believe an hour has already gone by, and I can't believe there's 15 of y'all up so late. Well, it is a Saturday.
2 miles. Use the second from the left lane to take the I-279 exit.
I-279 exit. Yeah, I-279 exit. I-279 exit. Boom. I'm in CA, so it's not too late. Oh, you're in Cali? That's pretty dope, man. I've never been to California, but I know it's a poppin' place. That's for sure. on a second. I need to take I-279. I'm in the wrong lane. Need to get in this lane. Yeah, I think this is the lane. Okay. Yeah, if it's buffering, it's because I'm in a tunnel. Once I get out of the tunnel, it should get better. Which, it's because I'm in a tunnel. It's because I'm in a tunnel. Which, fun fact, as a kid, I used to hold my breath through these. But, okay. We're in my least favorite exchange right now. I gotta focus for a second, guys. This is like, where I'm at right now is a very, very, very common spot for like accidents to happen. So let me just focus for a second.
Use the second from the left lane to take the I-279 exit, then use the middle lane to keep left. Keep right to continue on exit 70B.
Okay.
Keep right at the fork, then continue on to Fort Duquesne Boulevard.
2 more seconds, boys. I just gotta focus for a moment. There's a lot of little exits here. Just 2 seconds. Okay. Alright, we are
Turn left onto 6th Street.
getting really close to where we need to be at. We're only 3 minutes away from the park, which is great. I can't believe I drove down to Pittsburgh. Fun fact, I don't normally freely drive down to Pittsburgh despite being a grown man. Because when I was younger, my dad like prohibited me from driving to the city, which always scared me off from driving in the city. It wasn't until I started getting like real jobs and stuff where I actually got more comfortable with driving into the city, but I'm kind of like a mouse where I'd find like a set path. So I've never like deviated and gone down to like these different parts. Like I've never driven to the baseball field before. I've always taken buses, Ubers, gotten rides. AT&T has millimeter wave at the AT&T Center. My only experience with millimeter wave, very impressive. Yeah, I mean, millimeter wave from any of the carriers is going to be impressive. Like, I don't think there's a way to mess it up. But I'm just chilling at a red light right now, so. Have you tested AT&T 5G Plus, bro? No, I haven't seen it, like, that much. Like, if it's popped up, it was so brief where I was, like, driving or something, and like it's not like I can just pull over to the side of the road. Like I'm not a confident or talented driver, and it's not like it's not like it's like on a map either. But short answer, no, I haven't ran a speed test on it. I think I've seen the icon pop up like maybe like twice, if that, and one of those times would be when I was like in Ohio.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto West General Robinson Street.
We are crossing an absolutely beautiful bridge. I'm right next to a really big bank, and we're getting really close to the park. Which, side note, for anybody that's out there, if you've never been to Pittsburgh, you've gotta come watch like one of the Pirates games. The field is really, really nice, I would say.
Turn left onto West General Robinson Street, then you will arrive at your destination.
Turn left.
You've arrived.
Can I squeeze in here? Poop. Oh, okay. All right. Please have your credit card ready. Okay. Wait. Insert credit card entry slot. Remove credit card. Remove credit card. Remove receipt ticketing. Parking is valid till 3 a.m. Alright. 2 seconds, boys. Buying another parking ticket. Alright. Yeah. Did not park close enough for this. Okay. Insert mute parking rate list on screen. Insert credit card. Out of order. Okay. Well, the parking garage is out of order, which is awesome. So I need to back up. Basically. Let me find a way to park and then we'll do some tests. Hold on. The parking garage I wanted to use is out of order, so that's not great. Let's back up. Let's back it up. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. And then let's just do one of these. Let's just turn around here. Try to be facing the direction that we want to face before we leave. And let's look for some a spot to park the car. And then what I can maybe even do is just walk. Walking would probably be the smartest move to find what we're looking for. So give me a couple seconds here, boys. We will find some parking. Can I... Can I just... Is this just like a spot that I can pop a squat? Yeah, I am pretty sure I can just park like right here. I think I'm good. Okay, this works. All right, I gotta go to a paid parking thing now. There's a thing across the street apparently that I can put in. I gotta enter my license plate number. Yeah, I am. You can tell I don't go to the city much, can't you? Also, let me just read some quick comments here real quick. I know I missed probably a butt ton. And then we'll go walking around trying to find the millimeter wave site. No 5G UC near me, unfortunately. T-Mobile should have 5G UC. Man, I know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Side note, just for curiosity's sake, I'm wondering what we're connected to right now, just where I'm at. All right, we got in 4100 megahertz here as well, and band 66, just from the short spot that I'm in, which is great. But we're going to go on a walk to try to find this millimeter wave that Verizon has, because it's at the PNC Park. I wonder if I'll be able to find it if I actually walk, which is going to be the game plan. And it's a little bit more safer to walk here, I feel like, than walking through an airport, which looks really sus. So that's going to be our game plan. We'll go on a journey together, and it'll be good exercise. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off our car. Okay. I'm gonna take you guys out from here. Oh, this phone got really hot. We're gonna pop this bad boy in our pocket. We're gonna grab this and get out of the car. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Number at kiosk. Okay. We are going to cross the street safely at some point here. Or there's a kiosk here, I think, which I don't know my own license plate number. Let me take a picture of that. But okay, yeah, so now we're walking in the city of Pittsburgh. Not exactly what I was expecting to do, but we want to find this 5G site, and I want to run a millimeter wave test, that's for sure. Okay. All right. It is really, really nice out. It's like maybe 60-ish something degrees, which is very comfortable for me. I like it cold. All right. This is going to be hard to do with a phone in my hand. Let me see. I'm putting this in my pocket for a second, guys. I got to pay for parking. One sec. Never mind, I lied. Apparently there's no parking required after 6 p.m. So, if I read that right. Yeah, no parking required after 6 p.m. So, I guess I got lucky. All right, so we're going to walk around the stadium, which, here, I'll flip the camera real quick. We are around the PNC Stadium. It's like that way. But I'm trying to get over to a crossing block so I can cross safely. So that's what we're doing. And we'll try to see if there's any comments here. Man, lucky where I live. Have a nice walk with Dennis. Yeah, I don't know. It's just easier than trying to drive. And because of the nature of millimeter wave, like, it's one of those things where I don't have a good enough eye like Sneed does. And I have a feeling it's probably, like, actually, like, in the stadium. So, like, being able to get close behind, like, these barriers and stuff is going to be really useful for trying to find it. Here, I'll flip it real quick. This is a PNC Park, you know, for all of our baseball fans out there, if there are any. What are we looking like for battery? Oh. Can't even check my battery. I hope this phone doesn't die. If it doesn't, I'll just return with a different phone, I guess. I didn't really bring a charger, but hopefully it's still good. Oh. F it. Okay. All right, we crossed successfully as I waddled. Let's see if we can try to pick up on some of that sweet, sweet ultra wideband. And oh, boys, we got it. We got ultra wideband. I don't know where the site is, but it picked up for a second. Hold on a second. Just gonna run a speed test here. Hopefully we can re-find it with Verizon. I did connect for a brief second and then it disconnected. So let me try to figure out where I was standing to get that. Maybe we can find it again. I'll look around here. Because we did connect for a very, very brief second and then it just dropped on me. Oh. Yeah, maybe if I cycle in airplane mode real quick. Dude, let's just cycle airplane mode real quick here. See if we can't get it to connect. Just trying to get it. I had it for a second. As soon as I had it, and it went away. Let me try peeking around this corner. Maybe if I walk around this corner, we'll get it. And if not, I'll try walking back around again. 5G, man. Millimeter wave. Very fickle. Very, very fickle. Nah, we're getting further away from it, I can tell. Try going around the other corner. Wow, I can't believe we got 19 people watching now. So for anybody that's joining, Dennis is just going around speed testing Pittsburgh. Right now I'm outside of PNC Park because there's a millimeter wave site. It's actually my first time driving down to the park myself, which is a fun fact. Sorry for the music, hopefully. Oh, and we're here. We got ultra wideband. Sorry for the music. Dude, I had it. Like, right when I walked around this corner, I lost it. Like, legit. Right when I turned this corner, I had it. Come on, phone. I wish I could force a cannon. Let's do airplane mode, because I had it when I walked around this corner, which means it's like somewhere in this vicinity. I don't know where it is, though. Carlos, you got any tips for connecting the millimeter wave if you're still watching, man? Because I swear I lost it as soon as I walked around the corner. It was like the shortest connection ever. I might try walking this way to see if I have any better luck. Try to do a speed test. It'll force it to use it. It works for me. Okay. That's what I'll do then. I'll walk back around here in 2 seconds and I'll force it. But before I do, I just want to keep walking around here and seeing if maybe I can get a better connection for whatever reason. If for some reason I would. We'll go back to where we first saw it. And I'll try doing this, the tip of forcing the speed test. It must be a really weak signal if it wants to drop like that. Too bad I can't go in. I need to get pirate tickets to actually go in, I guess. But it's too late and there's no game. Oh, Verizon, you need to deploy some millimeter wave that's not in a airport or a parking or a pirate stadium, so I can do testing for YouTube. Oh, we got it again. All right, we got it again. Running that speed test right now. Let me, here, look, we got it. Ultra wideband. Holy cow. We found it, boys. We found it. We're getting like 2 gigabytes almost, just about 2 gigabytes, just about down. Yeah, you did. We finally found us some millimeter wave from Verizon, man. It's real finicky. Before we lose it, I need to run a fast.com speed test. All right, so we're not throttled on fast.com when we're connecting the millimeter wave, which is great. All right. I want to get this for coverage map too. Let's do 5 quick tests on coverage map. Or root metrics, I mean. I want to make sure that's here for root metrics. Just so that way it's reported, you know? Man, I can't believe I was able to finally find the sweet 5G ultra wideband. It's my first time connecting to it with Verizon. So, pretty interesting stuff. I'm sure I'm probably guzzling data right now. Looks like I'm like consuming like about 1.5 gigs per test. So, but here we'll flip it back around while we're waiting for it to finish. But yeah, I found it just outside this little door. Apparently is where it wanted me to connect. But hey, it's stable, it's connected, which is great. I have no clue though where this actual site is. Like, that's the thing. I don't even see a site. So it has to be inside. I just don't know where. But it's reaching wherever it is. So I used 500 gigabytes just doing speed tests. It's so easy to rack up data. Yeah, man. I agree if you're getting these types of speeds. That is for darn sure. I feel like I probably look so weird just being some dude just sitting outside of the most random part of PNC Park, like running speed tests. I don't see any. I see people just driving by on scooters, but hopefully no one judges me. All right, so here's a 5 test average for Verizon, what we were getting when I did root metrics. We had a burst speed up to 2.7, fastest average like 1300, slowest average was 854. Really, really good stuff for Verizon, and hopefully if by me running those tests, it'll show on root metrics. Hopefully. I'm not sure if that's how it works, like how you get like the test to report, but hopefully for anybody that needs to see that data, they see it. But yeah, we came down to PNC Park. We're still in Pittsburgh. Maybe what do you guys want to see me do next? Do Duquesne? Because I know T-Mobile performs really poorly down at Duquesne College. We could also do CMU, but how does CellMapper work? Well, CellMapper only works on Android because it needs certain data to be collected for it to work, but it basically reports like your SINAR and all kinds of different values to get a more accurate representation of like what coverage looks like in a given area. And based off that data as well, it helps it pinpoint like where a cell site is. It's a pretty useful tool for crowdsourcing. I actually like root metrics though the best. I find it to be the most simplest. It does work across both apps, and I find it to be my personal favorite to use, and the one I like to contribute to the most, but that's just a me thing. Thank you, Joel. Hold it with the other hand. Don't block the antenna with the right hand. My bad, Carlos. My bad. You're probably right. That was probably the reason why I kept dropping. So what's our... Oh. I'm always awake at this time because I sleep from 4 a.m. into 10 a.m. Yeah, my sleep schedule is whack myself. And right now I'm streaming on an iPhone 11. And I'm doing the speed test on the 12 Pro Max for consistency's sake. But yeah, it's been going on for a long stream though, longer than I was anticipating. In a couple more seconds here, I think I'm going to swap it over to AT&T on this phone and do an AT&T speed test. Does iPhone 13 have more 5G band support than 12? I believe so. But I'd have to look because my memory is like very foggy, but I'm pretty sure. I'm listening to you and driving, but I stopped in a parking lot to chat. Well, thank you, Dave. Yeah, man, driving and talking is very hard, as I learned today. Did you go to Heinz Field? No, I haven't gone to Heinz Field. This is actually my first time even just driving down to a sports stadium. Like, every time I've been down to like a lot of times when I come down to Pittsburgh, I always take like the bus or like Uber or whatever because I'm never confident driving. So I'm not texting while in motion. That is very good. I would hate to see one of my fans get hurt from watching one of my streams. So I'm glad that you're parked as you were texting. I just want to run one more speed test using open signal. I just can't believe I finally managed to find some millimeter wave, which is great. It was hard to come by. And it's going to hopefully live up on YouTube forever, so at least that's a thing too. I'm sure Sneed will be proud if he ever ends up watching this. But I wish I had like a GoPro, not a GoPro, like one of those handheld mounts things. So I wasn't holding this in my hand. I should buy one of those, like one of those like things that you like put out all the way to here, so you get like a better angle, so you're not like right up on my face. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but okay, time to switch off Verizon here for a second, so that we can give AT&T a fair shake as far as data connectivity goes. So I want to do that real quick, and then we'll do a speed test with T-Mobile as well, of course. But let me force 5G on for AT&T here. We will do another speed test here. So I'm doing a quick speed test with AT&T. Well, hold on a second. Did I not? There we go. All right, so we're doing a quick speed test here with AT&T. I'm just curious to see how we're going to perform. It's not millimeter wave or nothing like that, but this just gives you an idea. It's honestly very respectable. Verizon finally has separate data usage for ultra wideband. Verizon app that you can determine your 4G data. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, AT&T is getting 175 down, 15 up. I mean, that's pretty respectable stuff. Like, it's nothing crazy. I'm gonna flick off 5G now just to see what the LTE performance looks like for AT&T. I imagine it's probably gonna be pretty similar. But this is 5GE, aka LTE. So, you know, pretty respectable. Obviously, it's not millimeter wave, blow your socks off, but I mean, it's still pretty strong performance, all things considered. And I'm sure if you go inside, there's probably like, I'm positive there has to be small cells inside. There has to be. There's no way they wouldn't have them. Probably just not connecting to them. But I mean, we saw how hard it was just to connect to that millimeter wave. So, but all right, that was AT&T, and then we're gonna whip out the good old trusty T-Mobile here real quick as well, because like we said, I was on N41, so we'll run a quick T-Mobile test here on the old Samsung phone here. This is N41 100 megahertz, mind you. So it's not as well optimized as that other site that we were on before, but still pretty darn good performance-wise, I'd say. Pretty darn good performance-wise. Lots of capacity. Really good stuff to see. That is for sure. Yeah, AT&T in Pittsburgh never disappoints. It might not always be getting speeds like this either, but it's always triple digits. It's always triple digits. But, all right. I'm thinking we're going to mosey our way to some other location. We tested our 5G. That was our mission for tonight. Well, it was the original mission of why I went straddling or driving, because I wanted to see 5G ultra wideband, which we accomplished. Now I'm going to take a walk back to my car. I think what we'll do is we'll check out Duquesne College. I think that's what we're going to do. It's a pretty weak spot for T-Mobile when I was there. So I think that would be something interesting to do. I'm just waiting at a thing, walkway. Oh. Just walking back to the car. You're good.
Bastard.
You're good. What's up, Vinny? Friendly people in Pittsburgh is always fun, too. So that's cool. There was a girl that whined about her scooter. She was like saying sorry, but I guess her friend Vinny. This is why I like Pittsburgh, though. People are friendly. It's a safe city to walk in, even when it's this late. Pittsburgh's a good city. So. Wow, we got 19 people watching. That is insane. I really appreciate you guys for all supporting and leaving the likes and watching me do something that's pretty mundane, I would say. But it's really cool having you guys watch. I'm just getting back to my car. And then I think we'll make one more stop while we're in Pittsburgh, the Duquesne College. And then I think we'll call it a night. But we'll do one more test since we're in the city anyway. So that's the game plan. Just gonna eke on by very carefully. Carefully get into the car. Okay. We're in the car. Door's locked. We're safe. That's good stuff. Let's put you back right there. Oh, what's up, Purple Boss? So thank you for coming to the stream, my man. I'm just doing speed tests around Pittsburgh. I drove down to the city, specifically PNC Park, because that's where there's a 5G millimeter wave site. Prior to that, I was at the Pittsburgh International Airport, but I wasn't able to find the millimeter wave, and I didn't feel comfortable just walking around the airport because there was a lot of police, and they make me feel very uncomfortable. You're definitely enjoying these tests and your streams. Thank you, Nymer Tech and Outdoor Adventures. I really appreciate that. Let me just get the address for Duquesne, because like I said, I'm not super familiar. Despite living in Pittsburgh all my life, I'm not the best driver, so let me just get Google Maps up here. Makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Duquesne University. It's only an 8-minute drive from us, so it's not that far.
Duquesne University may be closed today.
Yeah, I know it's
Head
closed.
east on West General Robinson Street toward Federal Street.
Okay, boys. So we're gonna go to Duquesne University. We'll do a couple speed tests there, and then I think we'll call it. I'll probably just drive back home because I can't really think of anywhere else. I don't really want to go to Carnegie Mellon. when it's super late like this. But we'll see what's up. Let's get the car going here. Come on, car. Come on, car. There we go. All right. Okay. We are driving. Carefully driving.
Feet, turn right onto Tony Dorset Drive.
I am so happy with myself, though. I'm proud of myself for driving down to PNC Park. Small accomplishment in life. I know it's not that fancy to drive. I'm just not the most confident driver. So I am pretty proud of myself for navigating. I wish I knew how to parallel park better, though. That would be really useful. But, okay. So we're going to make a right up there. We're only like 7 minutes away. Purple Boss, you should upgrade to the S22. Yeah, if you have an S10, I think I read your comment, you have an S10, right? I would wait. I would hold off till the S22 comes out, because Sneed was saying the S21 wasn't impressing him, and I think that's going to be where the major improvements are, is with that S22. I mean, the rumors are saying that it's going to be like an Exodus chipset, which should be interesting. And from a 5G standpoint, I imagine it's probably going to have some probably rather significant enhancements, I would imagine. So I'd probably wait and see. Even if it doesn't, like, Samsung phones don't age well, so you'll definitely be able to find, like, older phones for much cheaper. Also, you guys asked me about Hinesfield. I just realized I'm, like, right across from Hinesfield, so if I would have went straight, I could have just been at Hinesfield. But that's whatever. There's no millimeter wave in that stadium, so not really worthwhile.
Street, then use the right lane to take the ramp to Pennsylvania 65 North.
Not really worthwhile. Also, there's a lot of electric scooters around here. I don't know where they all came from, but there is a lot of electric scooters just chilling around me. Very interesting stuff. But we're making a left. We're making a left and we're driving. Google Maps is very confused on my S20 right now. It does not like the multiple levels.
The right lane to take the ramp. Keep right. Keep right.
Keeping right, because we're driving in Pittsburgh.
Keep left.
Oh, I feel like
continue on I-279 south for 3/4 of a mile.
I goofed a little
turn
bit.
Right onto Ridge Avenue, then turn left onto Galveston Avenue.
But we can turn things around. We goofed a little bit. We should have actually made a left apparently, but my phone didn't tell me properly, so
turn
it's
left
okay.
onto Galveston Avenue, then turn left onto North Lincoln Avenue.
We can always swing around. Everything always works out. It's all gonna work out. Just gotta stay calm. It all works out.
The next left onto North Lincoln Avenue.
Oh, there's a cop car there. Cop cars make me a little uncomfortable.
600 feet, turn left onto Allegheny Avenue.
I feel like there are so many police out tonight, and I don't know why.
Take the next left onto Allegheny Avenue, then turn left onto Ridge Avenue.
Oh, there's a Wendy's here. It's closed, but and a Taco Bell and a McDonald's. I feel like it'd be funny to run a speed test by the 7-Eleven, but not making that turn. We're gonna go focus on Duquesne.
The next left onto Ridge Avenue, then turn right onto the I-279 South Ramp.
We are focused on Duquesne College.
Turn right onto the I-279 South Ramp.
Which is probably gonna make the stream become really crappy because if it's bad for T-Mobile still, that'll be a thing. But we'll take it as it comes.
For half a mile.
Oh man, this is a very bendy turn. But, okay. Yep, there's Heinz Field. We're driving past Heinz Field, where the Pittsburgh Steelers play, which I have not watched any of their football games. Not a lot of comments coming in. We'll try to look at comments as they come in to the best of my ability.
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to merge onto I-279 South. Use the second from the right lane to stay on I-279 South, then use the left lane to take the exit for downtown.
Okay, we're taking this lane. Leave, yep. And we're going downtown.
Use the left lane to take the exit for downtown, then keep left.
Yep. I think we're going under a... I have a feeling we're going to go under a tunnel again. But...
Keep left, then continue on to Fort Pitt Boulevard.
maybe not. Maybe I could tell you guys a story while I'm driving. Let me try to think for a second of something interesting you guys might find interesting. All right, here's a fun fact that you guys might find interesting. Something spicy for staying so long. Did you guys know that I actually have been down to Puerto Rico before? I lived down there for like 3 weeks in my junior year of high school, thanks to a really good friend of mine. His cousin actually would buy properties and fix them up, and we stayed down in Humacao. And he ran like a business where like he did like rentals and stuff like that for like bikes and stuff. And we rented like an electric bike. I remember we went down like into like the rainforest. We jumped into like some waterfalls and stuff like that. If I'm ever able to find some of the old recordings, maybe I'll like share them with you guys on Twitter. No, me going to South Korea was not part of my job. That was all for fun. That was all for pleasure.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Forbes Avenue.
You know, South Korea, I went to go see a buddy of mine that was in the Air Force, and I stayed on the U.S. Air Force Base with him and lived there for like a month, and then we went to Thailand for a week as well. It was a pretty lit time. South Korea is one of my favorite countries to travel to. Puerto Rico was really nice. When I was there, we did a whole bunch of stuff. I walked on a nature trail, got to see some like old military bunkers that were abandoned. It was pretty darn nifty, I'd say. Pretty darn nifty. This is such a weird road setup. But we are getting really close, which is good. Top carrier in Puerto Rico. Who's the top carrier in Puerto Rico? I'm going to guess AT&T, but let's see. T-Mobile rules down here? Oh, that's surprising. When I was down there, I had AT&T. I remember them doing real well. I don't remember T-Mobile doing well, though, but it was a long time ago that I was down there. This was like back before, like, I think Bandswell was just becoming a thing. Like, Because it was my junior year of high. I don't even think Band 12 was a thing yet. Because junior year of high school, that would mean it would be like 2014 that I would have been down in Puerto Rico. So I know down in 2014 they weren't great. But we are so close to where we need to be at, which is great. Just waiting for this light to turn green. There we go. Green light's a good light. Okay. Yeet. Oh, man. We're on First Ave. You're gonna have to excuse me for not paying the absolute closest amount of attention. Why is this person stopping?
Turn right onto Forbes Avenue.
That's 4th Avenue. I need Forbes. There we go. Forbes Avenue. Here we are. Okay, Forbes Avenue. We're turning right here. Boop. Excuse me, white car.
In 800 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Okay, we are really close. Wow, this road is all kinds of messed up. Wouldn't be Pittsburgh without construction everywhere. Man, this thing is like super tilted. Okay, sorry. We are almost to Duquesne College, which I've been down here before for work-related purposes. So I know there's a pretty good parking garage, but I don't think I need to park because I'm not going to be here for that long. I'll probably just drive up and pop a squad and run some speed tests. When I was down here last time, T-Mobile was like unusably congested. I wonder if it's improved. That's why I wanted to see it, because it's been like a year. No, it's been like a year and a half maybe since I've been down to Duquesne College. So I really want to see how T-Mobile has come along since then. But I got the defrosters on, but I'm also like really hot because of them. Holy cow. Let's look at the live chats here. Dennis, do you trust AT&T when traveling long distance? Yes, I trust AT&T with my life when it comes to traveling long distances. AT&T left the Puerto Rican market. I didn't know that, Eduardo. That's interesting. I love In-N-Out. I've had it before. I would say the East Coast equivalent to In-N-Out would probably be Shake Shack. I'd say that's like the closest equivalent. But honestly, I prefer Five Guys. Like Five Guys is on point. Five Guys is really good.
You've arrived.
Yeah, I did a test call with Voice over an hour one time when we were on stream. I remember with I don't remember who we had on as a guest, to be honest, but I know we had somebody on. I mean, I know it was me and Stetson, but I think we had. Man, I am blanking so hard right now. I don't remember who we had on. But I'm at Duquesne College, which is pretty lit. Just looking for an opportune spot to pop a squat. And I think I'm gonna find it here in like 2 seconds. Well, there's a spot there, but I cannot parallel park to save my life, so we're not going to attempt that. What we'll do is we will go. Around. That's one way. Can't use that. I see with my little eye somewhere I can park my car. Okay. Here we go. Wow, that green car is, I'm going to show you this green car because the way they parked is pretty wild, and it's the reason why I don't even attempt to parallel park, because I imagine that's probably what they did. Look at that green car in front of me. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. Let's put you back. There you go. You guys have a nice front row seat. Let's see what I missed here as far as comments. Liberty bought AT&T outsets. Yo, how am I? Jay's Animation. I'm doing great. I just got spontaneous energy and started driving around the test. Carlos got me really motivated to test because he gave me a lowest mobile line with Verizon access. So I wanted to try to find a millimeter wave, which I was able to accomplish by going to PNC Park. So doing good. All right. Let's see what we're connecting to here with T-Mobile. Let's see if they got NR41 here, because I know they really need it. Okay, big improvement for Duquesne College. Really proud of T-Mobile because this place was literally unusable the last time I was here. They got NR41 deployed with 100 megahertz and band 66. Now, the NR connection just dropped, so I'm going to say it's probably pretty weak. Probably come back when I run a speed test here. But let's run a speed test, see if we can get the NR connection to come back here real quick, because that usually does it. And yeah, that did the trick. We're also getting carrier gated with band 2 15 megahertz as well. So we got NR41 100 megahertz, band 66 15 megahertz, and band 2. And let's see what kind of speeds we're pulling. So this is clearly a backhaul issue because we're only getting like 300 megabits per second down, which that tells me that this is a site where either T-Mobile hasn't optimized it properly or they just cheap down on the backhaul, because we only got 300 down and like 15 up, which isn't stellar. The ping time was great, which is awesome. I'm going to run another test, of course, just to see if that was a one-off, but no, it doesn't look to be. We're like capping around 300, which is really unfortunate. Really, I mean, that's usable. Like, to be clear, that's usable. It's not like it was, but like, it's not that great either, considering it's how much bandwidth is there. I mean, we saw earlier today when I tested a good site, but look what we're capping at. Like, that's not great. And I'll show you what I mean, just to show you that I'm not making this up. So we got band 66 15 megahertz, NR 41 100 megahertz, see 100 megahertz, CN 41 100 megahertz, and then we got band 2 15 megahertz. We're capping at 200 meg, which we know that that's not the kind of performance that we should be seeing, right? And it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Like, you guys see I'm not making this up, you know? For comparison's sake, I'm gonna whip out the look at that upload. Like, that upload is just disgusting. Like, if this was like peak times, like, that would be bad. That'd be rough. You know? That'd be pretty rough. Because you got to remember, it's 11:30 right now, like 36. Like, it's very far off from being peak anymore. Like, it's pretty dead, and we're on a college campus with lots of Wi-Fi, so like, not great. Here's a quick AT&T test for comparison. Yeah, Dave, you definitely want to go with Lowe's Mobile. Go with Lowe's Mobile's truly unlimited plan. They have one. It's like $65 or something, I think, and you'll get like true postpaid priority access. I would highly recommend doing that instead of going with a prepaid option. I mean, if you have to, the $60 plan or a $50 plan from T-Mobile prepaid is pretty good, but I feel like you'd be better served going with like a Lowe's plan, or maybe even consider Metro. Metro PCS has more perks for the money if you don't mind having deprioritized data. I'm just flipping away here real quick because I don't want to show my number. That would be bad. I hope at no point tonight have I showed my number with you guys. I really hope I didn't. But I'm flipping over to Verizon Access here real quick. I want to see what Verizon looks like down here at Duquesne College, because we saw AT&T perform with the 5G test, and I want to see how Verizon does. Well, first off, that latency is really good. And secondly, wow, Verizon, that's impressive. That's LTE. That's not even 5G, guys. That's just straight up LTE. Verizon's really coming out swinging tonight. I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed by their by the improvements that they've made. They made a lot of improvements. Honestly, all three carriers were usable. Like, T-Mobile definitely improved. I don't want to take that away from them. I'm just really disappointed because, like, it's clear they haven't invested in their backhaul. Nah, I mean, if there is, I wouldn't know about it because I'm using the iPhone. But not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware. I'm kind of curious. Ooh, Verizon wants to connect to 5G now. That's interesting. Okay, we're actually connecting to 5G right now with Verizon, so I'm running another speed test. Oh boy, that is not great. So LTE was performing really strong, and then Verizon wanted to connect to 5G. And on 5G, we're only getting like 20 megabits per second. Here, I'll flip the camera and show you guys. It's not great. So if you're at Duquesne College, you don't want to be on 5G with Verizon. Just stick to LTE. Much better performance on LTE, that's for sure. That is for sure. All right. PA Tech, who has the best coverage to speed ratio? My gut still says AT&T from a consistency standpoint. Like, overall, like, typically speaking, they've been faster than Verizon, and they're more often than not faster than T-Mobile, just because T-Mobile's only fast in areas where N41 is deployed, and even with areas where N41 is deployed, you guys are seeing it's not optimized. So I'd say AT&T, then Verizon, then T-Mobile. That's how I would rank it, at least based off my city and stuff like that. I'm going back to AT&T, but I'm going to force the AT&T connection to be LTE because I'm curious to see if that will be faster than their 5G. So let's do that. Oh, I missed a comment. I've had no bad experiences with my phone plan. I heard that you said about Metro, but they don't have unlimited hotspot. I use my phone hotspot as my home internet, and I had no issues. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a plan with Lowe's unlimited hotspot, dude, Lowe's Mobile's where it's at, and that's probably what you want. AT&T Lowe's Mobile plan is what I'd recommend in that scenario. So I dropped the AT&T phone down to LTE. We're getting like 130 down. Wow, it jumped to 100 meg on the upload there for a second, and then it quickly dropped down, but holy cow. I ended up ending at like 50. So 127 down, 50 up on LTE for AT&T. Yeah, all the networks are really strong. Be careful, Dave, using hotspot as your home internet. It's a good way to get your account terminated. Use mobile back to a fake online plans because those users. Oh man. Let's get back to the Verizon access here real quick. Dude. But before I wrap this up and get ready to start going home, do you guys want to ask me anything? Any comments? Do you guys want to see more of this kind of chill live stream, or what did you guys think? Everybody that's still here, did you guys enjoy this tonight? And do you want to see more of this kind of thing? Or any questions that you guys have? Can't happen tomorrow. I got stuff I got to get done. But I can definitely try to do something during the day. The networks will be busy. Yeah, I mean, I could do it on a day, like maybe Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday I'll do it. Maybe Tuesday. If I'm feeling up to it, maybe we'll do it on Tuesday. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I mean, I drove places that I wouldn't normally drive, so I had fun doing it. Knox more? Okay. Yeah, I could totally make it happen. Maybe next time I'll do it on my S20, just because I feel like I'll have more control. Yes, more streams. Also, does lowest mobile Verizon similar parties postpaid consumer get more unlimited or higher? From my understanding, lowest mobile's Verizon access is like the highest, like from my understanding. And this was a chill stream, Dennis. It goes to show that you can carry a live stream. Thank you. I didn't really do much talking though when I was driving, but thank you. I'll try to do some more solo streams here and there. I won't get too crazy with it because well, unless Stetson's cool with it, I don't know. I'll talk to Stetson. I don't want to like hog his channel, but I figured this would be fun. I figured it'd be some cool extra content, just something cool. Felt motivated to do it, but I think I'm going to call it here, guys. I mean, we did a good solid 2 hours. I really want to thank y'all for everybody that stuck with me for the 2 hours. I'm going to turn this off so I can throw music on and focus on driving home. And I'm going to probably make some grub for myself and just call it a night. And then maybe Tuesday, sometime during the day, I'll go around and do some tests. I don't know if I'll actually drive into Pittsburgh because I feel very uncomfortable driving in the city, but maybe Tuesday. Get more unlimited consumer and low mobile. Yeah, I don't have a get more unlimited plan from Verizon. I refuse to buy any type of Verizon plan. I'm very grateful that Lowe's hooked me up with the Lowe's mobile line so I can enjoy the access, but I would never pay Verizon directly because I hold a grudge against them. And thank you, Nymer Tech. Thank you, everybody. All right, everyone. Good night.